So B Corp is a word that we are seeing out there more and more, and we're seeing just so many more businesses focusing on sustainability and tying together the health of our individuals as well as our communities and really starting to tie all this together. I mean, we got a long way to go, but there's a shop. When I moved to Oklahoma City, I started looking for sustainable resources and entrepreneur groups and women's groups. And one of the places I landed on was this adorable shop called Plenty Mercantile in what's known as Automobile Alley in Oklahoma City. And I've gotten to know the owner, one of the owners. It's Traci and her daughter. And I have so enjoyed their journey. So I really want to take you through what they have done, how they have become a B Corp, which is a huge, huge achievement. And I want y'all to get to know Traci. So hang on.
Living green or sustainably is about more than saving on your electric bill and doing your part to protect natural resources. It is about a safer and healthier life for you and your family without sacrificing style, quality, or budget. This is a movement to provide all of us with clean air to breathe and water to drink, safe, healthy food to eat, and places to live, and energy to run the places where we live, learn, work, and play. Join your host, Marla Esser-Close, the Green Home Coach, to learn how everyday green homes work for you, your family, and your community.
Hey, y'all, it's Marla, the Green Home Coach, and I am sitting in what we were referring to as our Green Plus.
It's an office.
It's an office.
Yeah, we're very sustainable.
Reuse.
Yeah, exactly.
Reuse everything.
Exactly.
So I am sitting here with Traci Walton, who is one of the owners of Plenty Mercantile in Oklahoma City. And it's been so much fun and so fulfilling to get to know y'all and your business and to watch your journey and now kind of to even be a part of it, which is so fun.
Yeah, exactly. Same.
So tell us a little bit about you and about Plenty Mercantile and how y'all got started.
Oh my gosh. Well, we from Oklahoma City, my daughter Brittany graduated from OSU with an entrepreneurship degree and a certificate in sustainability. And 12 years ago, that was the first time that was offered.
Mm-hmm.
She did a internship in Boston and worked for Sustainalytics that I mean, even 12 years ago was ranking companies on their sustainable efforts.
I remember them.
Yep. She graduated and I had just finished homeschooling my 3 youngest kids and they were going back to traditional school. And it was kind of the perfect storm. We had a family friend that said, you guys ought to start a store that looks like your home and take those sustainable practices to mainstream. And that's kind of how it got started. So I can't believe it's been since 2012 and how the sustainability landscape has changed since we started.
Well, and so Oklahoma City is a little later on adopting some of the principles of sustainability and how this all connects to our health. And so for you to be a leader, not only in, the general world, but here in Oklahoma is a really big deal, at least to me.
I think for us, some of it comes from we're Native American. I grew up with a grandmother that, gardened and respect your environment, respect the earth, all of that. So I think some of it comes from that. I think our desire to gather with people and be social and have a place that people can come to that's safe, someplace that you can come to and shop, knowing that you're voting with your dollars. And when you're purchasing something, you're saying, I want more of this. And, same with the straw thing. If you refuse a plastic straw, you're saying, I don't want any more of that. And the demand goes down. And I think that's how
then behavior changes.
Yes, exactly. Definitely. So from the beginning, we knew, and in our business plan, we're sustainable on every level, not just in the products that we bring in. And of course, none of them are perfect.
Nope.
I mean, there's not a perfectly sustainable.
Not one out there.
Yeah, exactly. They're just a step in that direction. But we also, I think, took it a step further in that we wanted our business practice to be sustainable as well. So what we do behind the scenes is really what got us B Corp certified.
Right. So if you haven't heard of B Corp yet, this is a voluntary certification for businesses and organizations.
Yes.
that certifies them that they are doing the right things. And there's a list of things for people, planet, and profit.
Yes.
Did I get that right?
Yep. Same line.
And what was so funny, and I'm trying to remember how you and I got talking about it, but I had interviewed on the podcast, actually, a lady named Gail Gary, who I met, I don't know, several years ago. And she'd actually interviewed me for her video series.
Oh.
That was how we met.
Yeah.
She found me online or something. And we just got to be business friends and just kept in touch. And then she started this practice. When I brought her on the podcast, we talked about her new business, which was consulting to help companies become B Corp certified.
Yes.
And you looked up the name of her company.
Impact 360 Strategy.
Impact
Gail
360
Gary.
Strategy.
Yes.
So somehow you and I got talking that you wanted to do B Corp, or you'd started on it. And I mentioned that I knew Gail.
Yes. We had followed B Corp structure and for a long time.
Right.
I mean, for years. And have always used it as a template to grow our business and to know that we're on the right track. Always knowing that we aspired to be a B Corp, but we just couldn't get across the finish line because when they say rigorous, my gosh, it is rigorous. And then as you evolve, as B Corp evolved, as the sustainability arena evolves, every year we would make it to our point system and then we'd start over. And, with opening new stores and all of that, when you mentioned Gail as a consultant that could help us, it was a game changer. She helped us check the boxes, stay on task. When you're in a small business, you have a lot of different hats. And those things that are not, imperative today get pushed to the side. And she allowed us and helped us find the right way to go about it and systematically brought us across the finish line. And me and our new operations manager, Garrett, just picked up and ran with it. And we did a lot of work. And when you see that B Corp symbol, I can promise you, they don't just give that away.
No, other people I've talked to, it's hard earned.
It's a deep dive. Financials, governance, impact, all of it.
Well, I know how, because I'll do certifications on homes, green home certifications, and I know how rigorous that is. So I'm like multiplying this up in my brain. I'm like, yes,
that's a lot. And it's not just we track all our offsets. It's having that system in place.
So it's repeatable.
Yes. And not just for today. I mean, it's not a one-time,
right.
What did you do last year? It is, how systematic is it? What are your processes like? What are your procedures like? Prove it. So we have to see that you are actually doing what you say you're going to do, backed up by numbers and data and third-party, verification. So we are super excited to have that designation and really excited to see other ones in Oklahoma do the same thing. Yes, do the same thing.
I know that you said when we first started talking about that was one of your goals, was to inspire other people to go for it as well.
Yes, because it makes a difference. It's how your employees come to work every day.
Which is the number one thing people say when they evaluate a company is how they treat people.
Yes. Yeah. It's important. And I hope, I know that when you come through the doors at Plenty, the people that greet you are here because they love sustainability. They are kind. They have a team spirit. They know what we're doing. They're a part of what we're doing. And they're a great message. They send that message. So
every time I have come in the shop, every time someone has greeted me, someone has nicely asked how I'm doing. Yeah. And you definitely have a culture here of people wanting to be here and wanting to be helpful.
So.
No, I think
it shows. You can't.
I think you've done a great job.
Yeah. I mean, same thing with B Corp. You just got to back it up.
So many people that I've talked to because I live up north, closer to the store that you used to have up there in Edmond.
Yeah.
So Edmond's a suburb north of Oklahoma City, and there was another Plenty Mercantile up there. And I think a lot of people that love to shop there probably didn't even pay attention to the fact that it was sustainable. They just loved the shop.
That is so fun. When we started, we led with the sustainable lifestyle store. And it was certainly not trending.
Not here, especially.
No. It was
although now it might be.
Now it's people get it. But I think the sustainability side of it is the icing on the cake, because what we hope is that you walk in and you're like, oh, this is a great place to shop, because we have really cool
stuff,
products that we curate. But the added benefit to that is that you know that the people that made it were treated fairly. You know that it does less damage to the environment. You can shop knowing that it's advancing good in some way.
Yeah.
But it doesn't hit you in the face when you walk in.
Well, and this is a message that a lot of us in this space, especially within the green home space, have been really, really working to get out there more. It's like, it's not about all the features, and nothing is sustainable for the sake of being sustainable. Right. It has to be sustainable for people. Yes. It has to be healthy for people. It has to be efficient for people. And if it doesn't benefit people, I kind of laugh at all the people that message that let's save the planet. And I'm like, no offense, folks, but the planet's going to be fine without us.
Exactly.
It proved during COVID that it goes right on.
Focus that, yes.
I'm like, it's about us. I think let's preserve ourselves and our kids and our grandkids. And now that I'm a grandmother, it's like
it's a whole
this other little being that I want to have a wonderful life in the future. And every little bit that we do helps.
Yes.
And
that's the definition of sustainability, is doing what we need to do to ensure that the next generation has what they need to meet their needs. I mean,
and to have a good life.
Yes. I mean, we're charged with that. That's our responsibility.
I agree.
And it doesn't, I was talking to somebody yesterday. I said, it's not all or nothing. It's not, I can't be completely sustainable, therefore I'm not going to do anything. It is those little bitty minute changes that we make on a whole that moves the needle.
Yep. I've been preaching something called incremental green almost since day one. And every time you maintain or replace or repair something, you can do it a little bit better.
Yes.
So that it works a little bit better. This always cracks me up too. So one of the key elements of sustainability is durability and longevity, because the longer something lasts and the easier it is to take care of, the less you have to replace it. So it means less stuff getting thrown out, getting built new. Well, when you start looking at that on the basis of a home or something that you're buying that's going to last a really long time, that's a money conversation too.
That's a whole different level of value.
Yeah. So everything and that's one of the things I love here. I think one of my favorite things I bought was the 7-year pen.
Yeah. Yes.
Because pens are always running out of ink.
Yes. You do have to keep up with it. That's it does drive
7-year pen.
Yes.
So you're not throwing away the pen casing all the time. But, I think the next movement that we're going to start seeing is repairability, things that can be fixed.
Oh, I hope so.
Yes. I mean, you don't have a lot of stuff in the store that has a lot of moving parts. So fortunately, you're not too much in that.
Yes.
But, my mom and her husband were talking the other day about how I remember when we could take a toaster somewhere and get it fixed.
Yes.
And I used to pitch
it away. Yes. Well, I mean, it's just like
horrible.
Apple going to universal, their cords and not, that has incredible impact on.
Yeah. Because then you don't need 19 of things.
Yes. And the production of it.
So you brought me this lovely bottle of water, which is called Just Water. I've seen this one before, but I love this. It's a plant-based plastic bottle. Thanks. And I really try very hard to shy away from plastic, and it's very hard.
It is.
And styrofoam is really used a lot in Oklahoma City, and it's plastic, but I'm a cancer survivor and I work hard to keep plastic.
Plastic, yes.
Yeah. And it's hard.
It is hard.
And I'm very conscientious about it, and it's hard. And it's like, eesh.
Refillable bottles.
Well, I normally come in with my water bottle, and I think I ran out of hands, but I drink out of metal cups. But all this stuff connects. And I think that's one of the things I love about B Corp is that it helps to connect all those dots about a business and give a business a way to be recognized for going above and beyond.
Yes.
And that usually means quality.
It does. I mean, it's quality, and the products that you bring in, the products that you manufacture yourself, what your upline is doing, what how you treat your community, and what hours you give back to the community. I mean, it's hugely impactful. And it's not Plenty saying this is what we are. It's B Corp that is global, that has done the work, that is very respected, coming in and doing their very thorough job and adding us to the list of that. So
I'll put there's a search tool. You can go in and look by state for B Corp companies. So I'll put that in the show notes. So if you listeners want to go in and find what B Corp are in your neighborhood, there's a lot of companies you probably already use. And if you look at the labels, they're probably B Corp. There's a lot of food labels that are B Corp.
Yeah.
And
Patagonia, Cotopaxi, Ben & Jerry's. They were one of the
Stony Creek, I remember.
Yes. IT Solutions here in Oklahoma City recycles.
These guys, you should be carrying these. These guys have not, y'all can't see, this is my shoe. These are my sandals. So I just bought 2 more pairs. These are Okabees, and they're made from soy-based plastic. They're made by a woman-owned business in Georgia. So they're all made in the United States. And when you're finished with your shoes, you can send them back and they'll recycle them.
Oh, I love it.
And they're not expensive. I mean, they're not cheap, but they're reasonable.
I think that is a great point, because oftentimes we associate sustainability with the higher cost
dollars.
And I think, possibly 10 years ago, that was the case. But now,
yes,
I mean, products from China are in a zero loop system. There are products out there that rival anything on the market that are a sustainable product. So we think that if we give a choice to someone, same product, one is sustainable, one is not, and make it clear what the choice is, that people will naturally choose the sustainable product. So hopefully that's what we're
hoping.
Yeah. That you can get the same thing and there's a sustainable choice.
Well, and I actually want to do this video. I haven't had time yet, where I go into one of the big box hardware stores and do a tour through all of the sustainable choices.
Yes.
Because I can go in any big box store now and I can find a lot of sustainable choices. And it may not be everything, but it's mainstream now. It's not like this is in the back room. It's out on the shelves. It's being sold.
And hopefully the information is on the product.
Some of them do a better job of getting it out there than others.
Yes.
The benefits. And that's another big part of what this group I've been working with for a while. We've been, especially with homes, but it's true for everything. If you're not telling the benefits, and people can't associate the value of why that stands out. And
that's the mark.
Yeah. Well, and for me, now being a cancer survivor, it's like, okay, I've been doing this for a long time anyway, because it was the thing I cared about. It was something I valued in my personal values. But then you add in, I mean, I've always known it impacts my health, but then when you get slammed in the face with it,
it really,
you're like, oh, okay, I'm going to really pay attention now.
Right.
And there's just a lot of products that probably could do better.
I would venture to say yes to that. Yes.
And, I so agree with you. You don't have to do it all at once. Just start somewhere, do something.
Yep.
And every little step counts. Every little step helps. So.
It all counts.
So thank you for mine.
Yeah, you're welcome.
My plant-based plastic water. Well, we were laughing because my son works with recycled plastics for 3D printing. So he's been educating me about all the different kinds of plastics. And I'll never remember it all, but once upon a time, I was an engineer, so I can understand it at least.
Well, now we can find anything we need to on them.
Isn't that great?
Yes, it's amazing. Yes.
Well, and I love that, so much of sustainability is all about how we treat the people that make the products. And in a world that is really focused on social equity right now and justice, that plays in.
Sure does.
And a long, long time ago, an architect friend of mine was telling me they had created in his company that he worked at then these lenses of sustainability, and one of them was people. And they got it very early on, and it's like, that's so cool.
That's awesome.
I love it. Thank you. As successful real estate and home professionals, you know that education and information are key to your expertise. How can you help your clients connect what's really important to them with your homes? My How to Sell the Value of Green Homes and Features workshop will teach you and your team the basics of green, healthier, high-performance homes. Learn the benefits of healthier, green, and high-performance homes and features and how they tie to the health, safety, and comfort benefits our clients expect. Click the link below to book your workshop today. Talk about some of your products. There's all kinds of fun stuff out there.
Oh my gosh.
It's my candy store.
Well, I will tell you, during COVID, we, of course, everybody stayed on staff, and we went from 400 products on our website to 4,900.
Dang.
Yeah, it was a lot. So now we have a very robust
online
site, which is great. Some silver lining of that disaster.
Right.
But with B Corp, because we vetted every single one of our items and companies, I really got to dive deep into why these companies are doing what they're doing. So it really reignited that passion of, my gosh, there are so many companies and people out there making great products and doing it in a great way. We have home goods. We direct import from Nepal from a women's group, our dryer balls that are 100% organic wool, and put them in your dryer. They decrease your drying time, which decreases your use of resources.
I couldn't live without my dryer balls. I've had them for years.
Anti-static. You can put essential oils on them. No dryer sheets needed. No lint roller
I don't
needed.
remember when I last bought a dryer sheet.
Yes, and it worked. It is a great, simple product. We have smiley faces and the earth and rainbows and things that you would want to buy anyway, but it serves a multitude of purposes.
So cute for like a little housewarming gift.
Yes. Especially the little smiley faces. They're my favorite. We have pet goods. We have
lots of kid stuff.
Yeah, lots of in the baby section and kids toys that are healthy and made by companies that.
And we had a sustainability baby store in Oklahoma City that closed down. And they had some really cool stuff. Yeah. Are you finding people finding you after that closed?
Morgan's great. Yeah, good. She's a great friend of ours.
I love that store too.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
And I find a lot of times young families, when they're having that first baby, is when they start paying attention to what kind of products they're bringing into their house and what kind of products they're using on their baby. And that is oftentimes the first step into what you and I term sustainability for a lot of families.
That's how change is affected. I mean, knowing the information, requesting it, asking, ask Target.
Oh my gosh.
Wherever you shop, ask them, what can you get this in a sustainable choice? What is this made out of? I mean, so many
transparency.
Yes. I mean, help me. And every time you ask for something, that creates demand, and that's what we need.
More people asking.
Yes.
So remember, ask.
Where was this made? How was it made? Where it is made is huge.
Well, and I'm astonished. So when I built my online shop, just to kind of complement what I was doing with my business, we started it just off of things we could find on Amazon.
Yeah.
Which you find a lot on Amazon.
Sure. It's a search engine.
And it's a huge search engine. And then we have a handful of companies, which we're going to be adding you to trusted partners.
Oh, nice.
So that people that find us can also find y'all, because these are the people. I decided a while ago that the only way I was going to survive in this business was to partner with other people and other companies, and for us all to lift each other up.
Exactly.
Because I'm only one person, and there's only. I hate to tell you this, but I'm human.
What?
I've been trying to deny it for so long.
It is. There's only so. Yeah, I get it.
But trying to pick your battles, right?
Right. Well, you're an expert in your field. I mean,
I'm in an odd place to do it. Fortunately, I can do a lot of my work in other places and other locations. Matter of fact, I think we just landed a project in Milwaukee.
But you're a pioneer here. I mean,
I am.
It is still. I mean, we're not on the fringe anymore. I think there's an undercurrent. We've talked about, which is why we're doing our sustainability summit.
Right. I was going to say, we should talk about that.
Bringing all these people that we know are in this tribe and bringing them all together under one roof and saying, this is the coalition that we have.
Well, and what shocked me so much. So when we first started talking about this, so what's happening is we're coming together to host the Oklahoma Sustainability Summit in August. This is 2023, if you're listening to this in the future. So August 17th so Plenty actually has this really wonderful venue space as well, which I absolutely love. So it's a rooftop gathering spot. It's just not, this is what makes you guys so much for people, is because you are a gathering place. I love that word.
I hope so.
So anyway, we're going to bring everyone that has any interest in sustainability, companies, organizations, municipalities, individuals, we don't care. We want people to come and to connect.
Yes.
But when I put together that list and it filled up my whole notebook page, that shocked me. I mean, in a great way. But I was like, dang, we're making more progress than I thought.
It's here. It is.
It's just disjointed.
It's just disjointed. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, there are so many people that are interested in sustainability. The Office of Sustainability in Oklahoma City. A lot of people probably don't know that we have an Office of Sustainability. I know,
and they have a plan.
Yes, and they have a plan that we need to hold them to.
We do.
They will be here at the summit. Marla's going to speak at the summit. Oh,
and you're going to speak
about B Corp. Yes, about B Corp.
And then we're just going to have some time to intermix and mingle and get to know each other a little bit. Because years ago when I joined the Home Builders, one of my mentors in the Home Builder Association always said it, rising tides raise all boats.
Yes.
But it's so true.
It is true.
It's so true. And the more of us that join together in how we're doing things and come together to lift things up, and the more grace we have for each other, the better we're going to be at this.
Definitely. Agreed.
So yes, we're really excited. We have no idea how many people are going to show up. If you're listening to this and you're in Oklahoma or you'd like to come to Oklahoma for it, please, you can contact me through the podcast episode in the show notes, and we'll have some information for Traci in the show notes as well. So you can contact either one of us.
It's also on our social media.
And I'll get it out
online. On Instagram and Facebook. It's on there too, all the information.
So that we're looking forward to this. We've been scheming for a little bit.
Yes.
We just had to wait for the right time.
Yes, exactly. And we're looking for sponsorships. I mean, we're these solar companies, I mean, anybody in the sustainability arena, show up with your propaganda and pitch what you're doing, because this is your audience.
This is your tribe.
And it's a showing of what's out there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it will show that there are so many companies and people and products that are right here in our community that, like you said, it's just disjointed. So
it's kind of under the radar right now.
Right.
And the other thing I think that's also happening is I am running into so many people that have moved here from the West Coast.
Yes.
And I think
they're a great place.
I know we are a great place to live when we have some extremes going on. But when I left years ago to go to college in St. Louis, I couldn't wait to get out of this cow town. And even though I'd been coming back every year, my parents are still here. When I moved back, now I was invested, right? I had to figure this out. And I'm very fortunate. I have 2 homes.
Yes. Nice.
But this is home now. And I'm very proud of what Oklahoma City has achieved.
Yeah, same.
And I love when people come in town to see me, I take them on the little tour.
Yes.
And I always drive them by funny.
Well, thank you for that. Yes. Thank you for that.
And we come in if we have time. So
thank you for that. Yes.
But I can't tell you how many people are so surprised. We have this in Oklahoma City? And I was like, yeah.
Our food culture. I mean, James Beard.
Oh my gosh.
Chef Black.
Yes.
All of our art galleries, our museums.
So much to do here.
Yes.
Yeah.
So much.
I've met with 2 different girlfriends from high school over the past month or so, and who both live in California. And both of them have been so pleasantly surprised and just like, wow. And that's how I felt when I moved back. I was like, there's stuff to be done here, and there's people to be done, or people to do it.
Yes.
I can talk, I promise. But there's a definite change in the air.
Yes.
So what's next for Plenty Mercantile?
Well, oh gosh. Well, we are opening at the airport at the Will Riders.
So exciting. Oh my gosh. So now we're not just going to show, we're not just going to show Oklahoma City. We're going to show all of our travelers through here.
Yes, which I think is just fantastic. Thank you to our mayor and the airport board that made part of it is that they wanted local businesses at the airport to represent who we really are. So Vegetarians is there, Tim Lizzie's is there, we're there, New Sign, family owned business is there as the media.
Cool.
It's Hatch will be there.
Yeah.
Freddy's is there.
Hatch is one of my favorite restaurants.
It's great. So we're set to, because of COVID, we got the contract the day the Thunder walked out for COVID. So we've been working on this for a very long time.
You remember that day?
Yes. Isn't that crazy? So our store construction starts in August. And then we're supposed to be open mid-December. Not a great time to open a retail store, but we'll be open and it'll be great. So that's the next.
And you just opened another store about a year ago?
Yes. We closed our Edmond store. Our 5-year lease was up. And we thought, I have grandchildren now that I want to see. So we're kind of changed our plan a little bit. And we opened at the First National Center, which is a restored, amazing building that's at vacant for 23 years. Beautiful jewel in the crown of Oklahoma City. Opened there, and it's just been fantastic. And then not far from there is our flagship store. So we'll see what's next. We'll get the airport.
Get that one done.
Yes, get that done and see. And we're still selling our electric vehicles, the little mokes, to run about town, and they're fun.
They're a little bigger than a golf court.
They are. They're street legal. They plug into a regular outlet, and they're made in Sarasota. So they don't go
real fast, though, do they?
No, only 25.
Okay.
And you can only drive on 35 and under. So
Streets.
you don't get anywhere fast, but they are cool.
We can run to all the teenagers, and then they can't go fast.
Except for the coolness. Yes.
Well, as we wrap this up, and thank you so much for spending this time.
Thanks for being here.
I'm excited to be in more partnership and more communion with y'all, and love everything you're doing. And I hope we can just get more and more people to see the fun side of this.
Yes.
And I think that just gets people more engaged,
I agree.
happier to do stuff. And that's always a good thing, right?
Yes.
So any parting comments, any last words of advice? Or
I think come to the summit, see what Oklahoma City has to offer and help us get on the same page and show that there is support for sustainability and in whatever industry you're in. I mean, that's the common thread, whatever industry, or at home or across the board.
Ooh, we need to find a contact at Canoe.
Oh, yeah.
I've got one at Enel.
That's a big thing for us.
So Canoe is another electric vehicle company that's going to be building a production plant that's up in Northeast Oklahoma.
Yes.
And then Enel is a solar and renewable energy company that does a ton of renewable energy in Oklahoma and is based here, just at a new training center, not too far from here, actually. So there's all kinds of things happening here, and we want to share it with all of you. So if you can come to Oklahoma City for a quick little trip, come join us. If you're already in Oklahoma City, please just drive down here. But we'll look on our social media pages, and we'll have more information about the Sustainability Summit and more information about Plenty and their journey with the B Corp. You can learn more about that when you come here too.
Yes.
So
thank you.
Oh, thank you. And I am just loving what I'm getting to do locally, because local is part of it. That's part of our community, and that's very important. So everybody out there, have a great green day, and we'll see you next time.
That wraps this episode of the Everyday Green Home Podcast. Get the show notes with all the resources mentioned in this episode. Be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcast app so you never miss an episode. Want more? Join the Love Your Everyday Green Home private Facebook group for more resources and behind-the-scenes insights. And remember that living a little better and greener is easier than you think.